report on the spending in Buckingham Palace has come out, and all I've got to say is doom, doo, doo, doom, doo, doom, doom, doo, doo, doom, doo, doom. The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender, good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? Well, let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every guy I see. Hey, big spender, spend a little time with me. Well, that's what the British public is thinking. Boy, these guys are getting some big money out of the British taxpayers. This situation is going to get more irritable as inflation grows, as raises don't come, and people start cutting back. The royals have to be empathetic with what's going on in the country. And if they're not, they're going to get the wrath of the people. And this is without Meghan and Harry. They haven't taken any of this reported money because they were in the United States and they were doing deals to make their own money, which everybody seems to have resented. Now, they did tell Andrew that they will continue to support him financially and give him whatever he wants because they don't want Andrew going out and making deals with Netflix or book companies or doing other things in order to raise money. So they're just going to give Andrew the money, let him live on the palace grounds, and keep him happy forever, I guess. But they wouldn't do that with Harry and Meghan. And if they had, they wouldn't have had these fears about next flick and this next big book that's coming out from Harry. But anyway, so let's look at what the numbers show for the royal family. It shows that the royal family took in about 105 million in US dollars in tax funds from the public. And someone determined that each taxpayer paid approximately 1.29 pounds to the royal family. The expenses went towards the sovereign grant, which brought in 51.8 million pounds in funding, as well as 34.5 million pounds for fixing up the palace. This year, the cost has increased for taxpayers, and they shoveled out over 102 million pounds, which is approximately 124.18 million US dollars in tax funds to the royal family, which is about an increase of 15 million pounds or 18.2 million US dollars. The money spent on the royals can be put back into the system for things like hospitals and staff, said one person on Twitter. And it was also suggested by another Twitter commenter that he believes Prince Andrew is getting 12 million pounds or 14.5 million US dollars from his mother, Elizabeth. Now, who is the big spender? Well, we know that Elizabeth, the Queen, gets a certain amount of her money for her personal use, and she also gets a certain amount that's paid over and above that for governmental functions. And exactly total what she gets, I don't know. But she is up there in age. How much money can she possibly be spending? She wears, the same outfits over and over again. Very colorful, very nice. But she doesn't seem like she's spending a whole lot. Of course, she has people who dress her and uh, give her a bath and do all kinds of things for her, give her manicures, take care of her feet, fix her hair. I don't know how much all of this costs, but I'm sure it's pretty expensive, but I don't know if it's in the millions, but she does get a lot of money. Then, of course, the royal family has been cut down to the Queen and then her son Charles and Camilla. Now, I know Charles, when he travels, he takes his bedroom set with him. And so, of course, if you're traveling with your bedroom set, that means you're going to have to take along carpenters and people to fix things that break, and you're going to have to take people who know how to set up all the furniture, and I don't know how many people he has to travel with in order to get his bedroom set up properly whenever he travels. So I assume when he went to Rwanda, he took all of his bedroom stuff with him on the plane, along with the people who are needed to assemble it. Now, just today, this is the 30th of June, and he was going to a function. He had on his black robe, a big hat with a feather sticking up. Well, the feathered hat flew off his head, landed on the ground. He stood there and looked at it and couldn't even pick it up. And he had to wait till Princess Anne came by, and then she picked it up and handed it to him. So I don't know exactly what is going on with Charles. So the only other people in the royal family are, of course, William and Kate and the three kids. So they're going to take up a bit of money because, Kate, she does recycle some clothing, but she does look very fashionable, and she does have a lot of services to keep her body up to par and so forth. So I don't know exactly what their budget is, but divvy up 18.2 million US dollars. That's about somewhere around $6 million per group. And so that's quite a nice sum to get in every year. And it might be that they could actually cut back some on some of their spending, depending on what they spend it on and how they feel they can get along and live without whatever they're using their money on. It's a good thing Meghan and Harry were not included in the royal family, because if they were there, I can be assured in my mind that they would have blamed all of the extra and unnecessary spending on Meghan. So they lucked out. They weren't there, and they can't be blamed for any of this excessive spending. Well, so much for the royals. I also noticed William has a habit, how he talks to the kids and Kate when they're on the balcony. He pretends to cough, and then he puts his hands, his fist, up to his mouth, and he has a few things he can say during that time of the alleged cough to either Kate or the kids, and they understand that this is the way they communicate. Also, he understands that people are lip reading, so the cough gives him the ability to also hide his lips so that people can't see what he's saying by lip reading. So just a little thing I picked up during the Jubilee that I thought was interesting. And That's all I have to report about the financials of the Royals. Like and subscribe. Bye.